Hey, everybody. Happy Friday. It is so good to be with you all, wrapping up another week here on 412 Productions. Thank you guys for tuning in live, joining me for the pre-show today. Jump into chat wherever you're watching, say hello. I'll try to give as many shout outs as I can here before the top of the 4 o'clock hour when we officially start deplorable discussions. I see QOys and Truth Teller 101 over on D Live. Welcome, you guys. Amethyst Cat over there as well. Welcome, welcome, welcome to all of our friends on D Live. Shout out to you guys watching on Rumble as well. I see Spiky999, Joe Elaine, keeping it nice and comfy, and Liberty's Great Awakening over there. Hit that thumbs up button for us over on Rumble if you haven't already done so. Of course, we're on Odyssey, Cloud Hub, and Twitter as well. Shout out to all you guys watching on those platforms and on YouTube. Shout out to all the YouTube viewers. We get a small handful of friends that still like to tune in over on the CommieTube, but that's all right. Who's over there? Vicky B. What's going on, Vicky B? Checking in from Northwest Washington State. Of course, we are on pilled.net. That's the comfy bunker, our home, the exclusive place too to watch a broadcast, the whole broadcast. We do the second half of each show exclusively on pilled.net. So make sure you guys know how to find your way over there. Get those links in the Rumble and YouTube descriptions ready to go. Let's see who's in the comfy bunker today. Getting started. I see Floyd Due Diligence in there first. No surprise there. Happy Friday, Floyd. Joe Elaine in there also early, keeping it comfy. Thank you, Joe, for all you do, all the hard work you do modding these channels. Patriot 714, D Richard, how you guys doing today? Delia in the house as well. Great to see you, Delia. Spiky 999 double dipping. I see Kane Chris out there as well. Facts, not fear. How we doing today? Floyd with a thank God it's Friday cookie. The extra F is for it's for fajita. All right, dig that. Love a good fajita. Okay, we've got Pat McFly out there and my man 2A Freedom Rider repping the 412. Let's go to a Don Ritchie 17, General Buford, Bella 214. What's up, guys? How are we? Range Pony in the house. Pat McFly, great to see you. And Scott, Woke Society is checking in to the chat here early on. Hope you're having a good one, Scott. Bella 214. How you doing? I've said hi to a couple of you twice already. I'm off my game today. Barb Robbins, how we doing? Great to see you, Barb. Mr. Gerardo, good afternoon, sir. Hope you're having a good one. Jazzman out there. Good to see you, Jazzman. Asquatch, thank you for the shades. It's Happy Veterans Day. Yes, Happy Veterans Day, and thank you to all who serve or currently serving and who have served our country. Ghost Pepper, Truth Teller 101. What's going on, guys? How are we? Just Josie, great to see us. Smallwood for Trump, welcome. Great to see you as well. Roy Stones and Bones checking in from the West Coast. Sean Joe, thank you for the cookie. Bella 214 hooking us up with a cookie as well. So thank God it's Friday. Right on. Brew Bark, good to see a Jenker too. H2O Maven in the house as well. How's it going, guys? Good to see all. H2O Maven, thank you so much for the shades. I appreciate it. R. Harrell, welcome, and thank you for the cookie. Florida Mimi in the house. Tweety52, welcome, you guys. Dangleberry checking in. What's up, Dangleberry? Cisco Kid and 2A Freedom Rider hooking us up with the ship. Very, very nice of you. Says salute to our veterans. No surrender, no retreat. Right on. Thank you for the ship, Freedom Rider. Appreciate that very much. Secret Weapon, how are you? SMR Patriot, Dem Turned Red. Great to see you guys. Norm, Hang 10 Alien, Surfer in the house. What's up, bro? Dognuts 10. How we doing today? We got Jeff Den out there and Smot Poker. What's up, Smot Poker? Who else? Jennifer M, Just Josie in the house. Miss Maga 2014 hanging out with us today. Good to see you. Due Diligence says cheers to all veterans and happy birthday, Marines. Yes, yes, and yes. Thank you, Floyd. I appreciate the can. And again, yes, happy Veterans Day, and thank you to all the veterans out there. Glass Wanda, How you doing? Gorilla P in the house as well. Awake Russell, welcome Russell. Maxinon repping the Rise Attire Tribe, riseattireusa.com. Everybody, if you haven't checked it out, you need to. Hope you're feeling better, Max. Lizzie B, Steve B, what's up, you two? How we doing today? Let's see who else. Mama Bear Patriot, great to see you. We got Boys Blanc 89, Christopoo 10. What's up, guys? Great to see you out there. And Dread Quarters, what's up, Dread Quarters? Caustic and Abrasive, great to see you. Laura Y repping the 412. Let's go, Laura. It looks like Pinata is just closing down his show, so in will come the late arrivals into the chat here. Watch, we're all going to start piling in. Let's see, Imperial J2, Silebort, and Lucy Anders. What's up, guys? UFO Pirate and Snow Bunny 68. Hang 10, double dipping. Appreciate it. Rock Mama. What's up, Rock Mama? Good to see you out there. Good to see all of you guys hanging out. Wrapping up the week with us. We are about to get this broadcast underway. Paul Thaddeus with a new thumbnail or a new icon for his profile. I like it. It says happy Friday all. Thank you so much. Oh, is that Packers 412? Lyle, Jenny, happy Friday, you guys. I hope you're having a wonderful end to your week. All right. Well, let's go ahead and get this party officially started. Spirit 554, Eagle Freedom, Giuseppe, great to see you guys. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and get the intro playing, and we'll see you guys on the other side. Repost, red pill, you guys know the drill. Hit the thumbs up, share the links. Let's get it going.
We will make America strong again. We will make America wealthy again. We will make America proud again. We will make America safe again. And yes, together, we will make America great again.
Y'all for tuning in, Patriots United, doing what we gotta do to win. We addicted to MS7, now we're moving in. And once we take over, we won't ever move again. Where we go on, we go all. I say it with pride. No, we won't run, we won't fall. We're right by your side. The demons have taken hold, but none of us will abide. Stand strong and stand bold, that's how we'll survive. 412 is the production. Monday through Friday, deplorable discussions. We're making it hard for the deep state to function. Every time they switch up the narrative, we debunk it. Adult hero is the power that's controlling the flight. With all the patriots behind them, cause we're all in this fight. So many rhyme for so long, but we're giving them sight. Trapped in the world of darkness, but we're bringing them light. You may even find yourself in a different life. A lot of us have, and honestly, that's perfectly fine. Because exactly where you are at this moment in life is where you're supposed to be at this moment in time. It's all by design, the patriots are holding the line. They must have lost theirs, thinking they're controlling our minds. So many trapped in mental prisons don't know they can find. They're just slaves in the system till the roles are assigned. That's sad, the good news is that we're waking them up. They have monopolies on minds, but we're breaking them up. Everything you thought was news, they were making it up. When we ascend, all the tyrants won't be making the cut. Let them all burn in the hellscape they create. We the people already mapped out our escape. We hold each other by the hand as we all elevate and go to a different place. They can never get chased. When I look into the future, I can see that it's bright. When this history is written, they will see that we're right. We formed our own community and the circle is tight. But I expand the circle with every word that I write. The pen is sharper than the sword when you wield it with might. Why do you think they try to kick us off all the sites? These people hate America, punish us out of spite. We are the beacons of hope in the darkness of night. So let's go, strap in, yeah, get ready for the ride. Watch the water, we're witnessing the turning of the tide. Feel the passion and the fire that you got burning inside. Take the narrative they're feeding you and turn it to the side. We're alerted to the lies, replace it with the truth. We know the plan they devised, they're invading the youth. Now we're only incentivized to start raising our boots. These demons all weaponized. Now we're raising our troops. Now we're raising the roof and sounding the alarm. Remember that it's always darkest before the dawn. Life is a game of chess. They want to use you as a pawn. You're only useful until you're not useful. Then you're gone, but not us. We're on the right team where we belong. Everybody is invited, so come follow along. We refuse to say things are right, knowing they're wrong. Adol Nero, take the mic and take flight to the song.
And now, straight from the Steel City, it's your host, 412 Adol Nero.
Yo, what's up, everybody? Happy Friday. Happy Veterans Day. Thank you guys so much for joining us for another installment of Deplorable Discussions. My name is Adol Nero. It is November 10th, 2023, and I've got my OG crew riding shotgun with me. We got Tennessee Homesteader and Drunk Pinata, both hanging out for the next couple of hours. Going to be a fun way to wrap up the week here. Tennessee Homesteader, happy Friday, buddy. How are you today?
Happy Friday. I'm doing okay. It's starting to get noticeably fall, winter-ish, which is interesting.
Gross. It's fucking disgusting.
Nah, it's still pretty good. I guess, hey, when it gets down into the 20s, yeah, then it gets a little tedious, but it's still in the 50s, so you can't complain.
I will complain.
Yeah, well, if you're not on the golf course with shorts and one of those 412 tops and flip-flops, I was going to say thongs, but flip-flops, because I know you probably wear appropriate feet attire.
Yeah, but you wear flip-flops to the golf course, and then you change
exactly.
when you get there. Yeah. I mean, come on now.
That's right. Before you get on the tee, you put on your proper shoes. Yes.
Right.
Okay, then.
But don't ruin it for the ladies, Tian. We don't know what he's got on under there.
That's true.
Oh, Jesus.
Remember when it was appropriate to call flip-flops thongs? I don't know if you guys ever called them thongs. That's what they were called in Southern California, thongs.
Well, yes, but then what happened was this guy Cisco, the rapper, came along, and that was no longer able to do that anymore.
Yeah, I guess so. Then the thongs moved up from the feet.
Yeah, and then to the face.
Yeah.
You just never know how these shows are going to start. It's like I go, "How you doing, TN?" and then I brace for impact because I just don't know what's coming my way.
It's like, where's my mute button? Where's the fucking mute button?
Oh man, well,
no. We're gonna have a fire audience, I'll tell you, because I rile them all up. So there you go.
Good, because they're normally so docile and calm. How was your show, Pinata?
They're pretty good. I debuted a little bit of a new montage thing. I wanted to play that for you guys if I could.
Yeah, go ahead, man.
This is kind of like the new intro to the show.
I don't know what's legit, what isn't legit, but why wouldn't we want to answer those questions?
Because you're questioning democracy.
The Brondo's got what plants crave. It's got electrolytes.
No, I'm questioning the integrity of the election system.
Which is the backbone of democracy.
It's got electrolytes.
There are lots of folks on the right who watch this show every day. Hi, guys.
There is a cost to us as a news organization to knowingly broadcast untrue things. We are here to bring you the news. It hurts our ability to do that if we live broadcast what we fully expect in advance to be a litany of lies and false accusations, no matter who says them.
But I want to press on what this means our job is.
The public's being tested, in a sense, and warmed up to the notion of a larger indictment of Trump.
But in terms of the narrative, for the optics of all this, for building a case that the public has to get on board with, that would seem to be useful, right?
Not everyone is tracking this every day. People are busy with their own lives, with other problems. There's other news stories. There's everything going on in the world.
These people are absolutely shameless, absolutely dignity-free, and each and every performance subsequent to the one before is more of an embarrassment.
Something to the effect of,
it is always the opposite of the truth.
You know, we're all liars. We're all telling half-truths. We're all just trying to sell books.
Chaotic, rambling, non sequitur, out of control, insulting, sort of unprofessional, inappropriate testimony.
I want to be clear in how I characterize this. This is a
mostly a protest. It is not generally speaking unruly, but fires have been started, and
That was well done.
Yeah, because I know you may not even really have seen the intros to my shows because you catch them in the middle.
Yeah.
But I've collected enough. I was like, okay, I think we finally have enough to do this new one, and so I had to try to figure out how to edit them in the right way to make it a coherent thing across, So I think it worked out pretty well.
Oh,
I think I'm missing one other one that I think I collected over the past 6 months that I need to put in there because I had trouble. I was like, why am I thinking of because I was editing it today. I was like, why am I thinking I need to figure out. So I there was one place I'd want to change it, but anyway, I thought that's pretty on point from their own mouths.
It was
taking things out of context because that's what they would do.
It's very well done.
I love the Mad Cow one. It says there's a cost if we tell lies. Yeah, look at your ratings.
Yeah, that's my favorite one too. You could just see the duper's delight in her face, as it's just unbelievable. All right, guys, let's take care of the sponsors, and then we've got lots to get into today. So much to get into today. First sponsor is earthgardenbotanicals.com. Earthgardenbotanicals.com is an awesome company run by our friend Jolene. She's an herbalist, a health coach, an America First patriot who makes wellness products up in Montana. Absolutely fantastic products up in Montana. I love the CBD oils. I love the fire cider. I love the elderberry tonic. They are all incredible. The CBD products, all of them are the ingredients are grown on local Montana organic farms, which is super cool. The fire cider is really great for clearing your sinuses. The elderberry tonic gives your immune system a nice little boost. If you have sore joints and muscles, try the arnica salve. You can get that with or without CBD infused. Really great for that. If you're a tea drinker, you got to check out some of these teas. There's 4 different ones to choose from. They all serve a little bit of a different purpose, but they are all extremely tasty and very, very enjoyable. Elderberry tea, golden potion tea, serenity, and the sunshine and pine needle tea as well. The critter juice is an all-natural insect repellent, keeping the bugs and mosquitoes away. It doesn't smell bad. It doesn't leave you feeling oily and gross. It's way better than any of the drugstore brands. Guys, these products are fantastic. They're made with love and care. And again, it's a small America First business run by a very good friend of this community, Jolene, who's been in the chats and watching so many of the shows within this community for a long, long time. She goes way back to the PSB days. So go check this out, earthgardenbotanicals.com. The promo code 412 at checkout gets you 10% off your order. Please tell Jolene you're from the community if you decide to buy. She absolutely adores you guys and loves interacting with you all. So drop her a line, even if you don't buy something. Go and just drop her a line on the website. She'd love to hear from you. And then also we have, I closed my share. Diamond Soap Co. We all love Diamond Soap Co. Amazing soaps and body butters made by our friends Harold and Laura. They've been married over 30 years. They're Air Force Intel vets. So happy Veterans Day to them. So it's a veteran and family owned and operated business. America First as it gets. All the soaps and body butters are handmade here in the USA using organic, all natural ingredients as well. So the products are as good as it gets. I love these soaps, guys. I tell you what, they smell so good. The Bonfire, the Kentucky Bourbon are amazing. I love the Island Escape, those beach vibes as well. The Sweet Almond is warm and the perfect scent for this time of year. The Green Tea Cucumber is fresh and bright and just really kind of wakes you up. The Frankincense and Myrrh is awesome as well. That was inspired by our friend Lance Lightsphere out in the chat. Lemongrass, I haven't tried lemongrass yet, but that sounds like it would be really good. Classic Clean is exactly what you think it is. And there's a ton of other ones here, not on the homepage. You just got to go to the hand soap tab and check it out. There's Citrus Burst. There's some floral ones like rose and night violet and lavender. I mean, again, something for everybody. They make great gifts, great stocking stuffers. They have gift baskets. Just go nuts. And then you have your t-shirts too. If you want to rep the brand, if you like it, you got men's t-shirts, women's t-shirts. Get yourself a hoodie. It's getting cold out. Everybody loves a good hoodie. This is, again, America first as it gets. A great way to support the parallel economy instead of buying your soap or body or lotions from, a Procter and Gamble or a Johnson and Johnson. You can, take that money, change your buying habit, and purchase and support America first with DiamondSoapCo.com. Promo code 412 gets you 17% off your order. You heard that right. A whopping 17% off your order when you use promo code 412. So go to DiamondSoapCo.com and take advantage. So big thank you to Diamond Soap Co. and Earth Garden Botanical. The promo code for both companies is, again, 412. So, and thank you guys out there who continue to support our sponsors, and keep them around for us. I really appreciate all you guys who do that. Before we jump into the news, just want to remind everybody out there to make sure you hit that red pill button for us on pilled.net, and also make sure you repost the show. Hit that little circular symbol underneath the red and blue pills to keep the show being shared. Grab the link, put it on your social media, and really appreciate you guys all, again, continuing to help us grow. So we talked about the GOP debate a little bit yesterday on Taking It Back, but I wanted to touch on it again just a little bit here today before completely throwing it aside. So there's a few things I wanted to show and start a little discussion around. Third GOP presidential debate gets lowest ratings of the 2024 cycle. In comparison, the Country Music Awards, which aired on ABC, got 1.71 million more viewers, or 6.63 million total viewers. So absolutely pathetic turnout for the GOP debate. I'm not going to read that article, just kind of setting the stage to the ineptitude of the RNC. And then there were some wonderful moments. There was Vivek Ramaswamy absolutely dropping the bomb on Ronna McDaniel and the entire thing. Take a listen to this clip.
Swami, let me turn to you. Please make your case. Why should you be the nominee and not the former president?
I think there's something deeper going on in the Republican Party here, and I am upset about what happened last night. We've become a party of losers at the end of the day. It was a cancer in the Republican establishment. Let's speak the truth. I mean, since Ronna McDaniel took over as chairwoman of the RNC in 2017, we have lost 2018, 2020, 2022, no red wave that never came. We got trounced last night in 2023. And I think that we have to have accountability in our party. For that matter, Ron, if you want to come on stage tonight, you want to look the GOP voters in the eye and tell them you resign, I will yield my time to you. And frankly, look, the people there cheering for losing in the Republican Party. Think about who's moderating this debate. This should be Tucker Carlson, Joe Rogan, and Elon Musk. We'd have 10 times the viewership, asking questions that GOP primary voters actually care about and bringing more people into our party. You think the Democrats, and we've got Kristen Welker here, you think the Democrats would actually hire Greg Gutfeld to host a Democratic debate? They wouldn't do it. And so the fact of the matter is, I mean, Kristen, I'm going to use this time because this is actually about you in the media and the corrupt media establishment. Ask you, the Trump-Russia collusion hoax that you pushed on this network for years, was that real or was that Hillary Clinton made up disinformation? Answer the question. Go.
Mr. Ross.
Sorry. This is how we get.
Look at the smile. Look at the smile. Called out for dividing the country, pushing a nasty political trick, knowingly spreading disinformation, dangerous disinformation, caught red-handed, called out, and this is the reaction right here. Look at that. It's just right in your face. Right in your face. I did that. Yeah, I did that. Fuck you. What are you gonna do about it? I'll do it again. Could you be any more disgusting? Go ahead, Tien.
No, it should have shown Lester Holt too. I posted in our OG a video that correlates to this because it's Ramaswamy and Benny Johnson discussing what's really going on within the RNC before the debate.
Okay, how long is the video?
It's only about 3 minutes because it was a YouTube video. Hold on a second, let me see. No, I can't remember how long it was. Um,
Because if it's not super long, we can certainly play it. Let's see.
it's not long.
It's 10 minutes long.
Oh, it's 10 minutes. Okay, I can't remember. I watched it. You know how time flies, but
yeah,
it really. I'll post a link in the in chat for people to watch then, because it really goes along with that. It was the dialogue, and Ben Johnson is the one that changed Ramaswamy intro to talk about like that, what he said.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It wasn't that Benny saying, no, you should do this and you should do that. It was basically they were dialoguing back and forth, and based on the dialogue, Ramaswamy says, yeah, I think we're going to change that. Then we're going to change that. We're going to go with this. And that's what he did.
Okay, very cool.
Yeah.
And I suppose, I mean, it does, maybe, I mean, I don't know if it goes without saying, no one is endorsing Vivek for president here. This is what we're talking about, is that what he's saying is being spoken to an audience that would otherwise not hear it, or people that are never Trumpers, or people that are just regular GOP people need to hear what he had to say. So he's just the person that said it. We're not,
yesterday on the debate stage, calling her out, and not only that, I don't know if it's in your stack, but she was caught on a hot mic. McDaniels was caught on mic in the audience, basically saying that he was not going to get one penny from them.
Yeah. Yeah, that I don't have that in the stack. I did see that article though. We will follow up on Ron
and called him a name too. Called him a name. So yeah, it's to Pinata's point, it's not an endorsement of Ramaswamy or anything like it. It's putting it out there what is really going on.
Well, Red Pill 78, Zach, on yesterday's show posited the idea that, Vivek is working for Donald Trump. He is showing up to these debates on behalf of Donald Trump, saying a lot of the things that Donald Trump would say in those debates. So it's kind of the best of both worlds. Donald Trump can give the middle finger to the ratings and whatnot, and host rallies and put competing events every time they try to go live, but still have somebody there pushing that message and kind of being that agitator that the America First movement would want to see on that debate stage. I don't know if that's 100% true or not, but when I look at the way
what I see is someone who's opportunistic and understands that he's not going to be the nominee, obviously, and he's like, well, I can position myself ahead of, for the next time around. He already knows DeSantis is out. He knows Haley's out next time around. So I would imagine that he's trying to position himself in that way. And so it comes down to what we've talked about before. There doesn't have to be a direct correlation or a direction from Trump or someone else for someone else to understand the temperature of the room and being able to capitalize on it in some way.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what Benny told him, because Benny says that I deal with the temperature and the narratives. And this is the narrative that people want to hear about.
Yeah. No, that all makes really good sense.
I mean, and it could be to Pinata's point. Let's say to Pinata's point, I lean as well as more opportunistic, as well as also seeing the handwriting on the wall. The Republican Party, the RNC, I should say, not the GOP, but the RNC is the old guard that is part of the old guard that's going down. We call it the Uniparty, but it is part of the old guard. And because if you look at it from a perspective of McDaniels, who's not that old, but the family she's from and the environment that family is from is the old guard.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You don't have to be chronologically old to be member of the old guard.
Nope.
Right? Look at Soros's son. Look at the Mike Rothschild, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So here's Ronna McDaniel's response, and of course it's the CNN. Of course she goes running to CNN to give a response, because why wouldn't she?
To Andrea
Vivek
Mitchell.
Ramaswamy said he went after you personally.
He did. I'm not going to do that. I'm always going to focus on the Democrats. I will say this, Dana. This Republican on Republican infighting,
That's a little bit of truth
I'm
right
not
there.
running for president, so I'm not in this primary, isn't helping our party. We lost races in 2022 because of vitriol within our party. We need every Republican and then some to win elections. And the Republican voters want to hear us talk about the border, fentanyl, Israel, our kids, crime, inflation, and they want to see us take on Joe Biden.
I understand that.
No, Republican
No-
voters want you to win, and you're
Yeah,
not spending the money where you
how
should be.
Notice how she turned it, even though she didn't say his name, right?
Mhm.
Look, on the people that she had on the stage, it has been nothing but vitriol. But by saying that word, she's been doing what they all been doing, like Christie's been doing, saying that the loss on Tuesday was due to Trump.
Yep.
And that's what she insinuated there. Yet people people don't want to hear you talk about the border. People want to see you do something about the border.
Yep. That's well spoken. And they're trying to treat him like he's like the current incumbent, which I guess kind of he is. But if they would say, oh, well, the midterm, this is a referendum, right? They always use that R word, right? The referendum. None of these are referendums on Trump.
Nope. I don't know if you guys could see the meme I put on the screen, but it's pretty much perfect.
Yeah, I think I saw one similar.
Exactly. That's exactly right.
For those of you maybe just listening audio only, it's I think it's from the Eric Andre show, if I'm not mistaken. But it's a meme that they always have, like him, holding a gun, with somebody like laying there dead. So you could see Ronna there pointing it at the Republican Party, and then she turns to the camera and says, "Why would Trump do this?" Which is basically always the way these people go about it. But
well, they have to have a boogeyman, all pun intended, to cover for their failures, just like Biden does, just like they all do. Pretty much, they all blame it on somebody else's for their own actions.
And do you see how Ronna McDaniel is now trying to separate herself from the Virginia debacle?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Glenn Youngkin's saying that they got no support from the RNC. Ronna McDaniel is saying that they denied support. It's there's something going on, man. I don't know.
Sounds like the National Guard at DC on January 6th.
What I think that they have is an intentional self-sabotage. And this is why they keep blaming Trump every time, because they're like, well, clearly this isn't working. Clearly this is the reason. They're trying to get people to dump MAGA, and it's just not working. So they have no creativity, just like the left, because they are the left. So they're just using the same playbook of like, well, we'll get them next time. We'll get them next time. This is the problem. We'll dump this. We'll get them next time. We'll change this a little slightly. We'll get them next time.
The interesting, and you're right, Pinata, and the interesting part that boggles the mind is that you would think that after getting your ass, let's say on paper at minimum, getting your ass kicked and having your constituents, the Republican Party members, the people, turn away from you, gravitate towards MAGA, and no matter what you do, the more you push, the more they move away, right? You would think that saying, okay, this is obviously not working, right? You would think, because these people are in positions of leadership, and in positions of leadership when the general manager on a baseball team or the head coach on a football team is saying that, hey, our offensive strategy isn't working, then they go after the offensive coach, don't they?
Yeah, I mean, if you want to understand where we're at right now, here's that, or another aspect to this, what we're talking about. They are so this is CNN. He's second in line to the presidency financially. He's just getting by. That's what this is supposed to be. Everybody in Congress is supposed to be just barely getting by because you're supposed to be, well, traveling from your home state. Now, should there be some sort of stipend? Should there be some sort of, per diem? I can get why if you have to go to a central location, people from California might have a different per diem to get them to DC for something than someone that's literally outside the Beltway, right? I can get that.
Yeah, cost compensation, cost.
Sure. So, but here, his personal finances is saying that he's not leveraged. He's basically living off of his house salary, and this is the story they're running with: is that, hey, this guy's living within his means. Can you believe that? A House Speaker living within his means. Someone that
must be doing something wrong.
It's literally living from paycheck to paycheck from his congressional job.
Man, we don't own him. Something's wrong here.
It's just so funny.
I mean, I just part of me just wonders, like, because especially with the whole, like, the way the speakers vote went, that this wasn't, that they didn't have somebody in mind when Getz was doing this. I don't know.
Yeah,
but the problem with that is that I'm giving them way too much credit than they probably have. You know what I mean?
Well, I find it hilarious that's a story, or they probably look at that as like a diss or a burn or like a negative narrative against Mike Johnson, that he's not a multimillionaire.
Well, it's the opposite of the Biden thing, right? It's because Biden, he's getting bribed, so he's leverageable. This guy's saying, well, he could need to be bribed because so that's why he's
maybe it was a call to action, like, when somebody go bribe this motherfucker, please.
Yeah, please, already.
He's running around out here unbribed. This is
I know. We need a new bribery thing that's not negative against us.
So I think it's the time we break out U2 and says London calling to a faraway land. And say, okay, give us some money, quick. Today I came across a 25-minute video from Forbes. Now, I'm not saying you should play it, but it was about Mike Johnson and in the judiciary. And they were talking about an amendment that the Democrats wanted to put on to the bill that was locking the bill onto relating to January 6th. And Johnson rejected it, right? And Nadlis was having a cow about it. And he's saying, well, parliamentarian rules, and it's because it's parliamentarian. I'm mispronouncing.
Parliamentarian. I got you.
Rules, right? Says this is not an expanding; it's a contracting. Blah 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 blah. Right? He says when he alluded to saying when I was chair, and Johnson looked at him. He says, well, I'm sitting in this seat, and you're no longer chair of this committee.
I love it.
And just put him in his place.
You broke that chair, Nadler. It's that furniture is.
Yeah, we had to get a new one because not only you broke it, you shit on it.
Seriously. That's hilarious, guys. Just want to again remind everybody watching on other platforms that are not pilled.net that the second half of this show is exclusively on pilled.net. Those of you watching on Rumble and YouTube, just go below into the description. You'll see the links where you could join us for the second half of the show. We will be doing that in about 20 minutes or so. So you got plenty of time to figure it out and get situated. Just want to give you guys all a fair warning and a heads up that we will be only on pilled.net for the second hour of the show. And there's tons of good stuff to get to today. So make sure you jump over there so you're able to continue watching.
Well, and we're gonna talk about the multicolored unicorn costumes. So
definitely, we got at least 45 minutes on that alone. All right, so I want to play Vivek's closing statements, and we'll use that as kind of a launching board off the topic of the GOP primary. But this I thought was pretty good too. Take a listen. I apologize for the cell phone video quality here. It's just the easiest. It was the easiest one for me to find.
We've talked a lot about foreign wars tonight, but we're in the middle of a war right here at home. It's a war not between black and white or Democrat and Republican. It's between those of us who believe in our founding ideals and love this country and a fringe minority who hates the United States of America. And I think it's going to take a commander-in-chief to lead us to victory in that war, who first of all knows that we're in a war. Second of all, can't be captured by the special interests along the way. But third is from the next generation, somebody with fresh legs to lead us to victory. I'll shut down the deep state. I'll declare economic independence from China. I'll keep us out of World War III, and then revive national pride in this country. I also want to close with one message to the Democrat Party. End this farce that Joe Biden is going to be your nominee. We know he's not even the president of the United States. He's a puppet for the managerial class. So have the guts to step up and be honest about who you're actually going to put up, so we can have an honest debate. Biden should step aside, end his candidacy now, so we can see whether it's Newsom or Michelle Obama or whoever else. Just tell us the truth, so we can have time.
Da-da-da-da!
So there you go. And there you go. Several senior Democrats.
Did I tell you? Oh, sorry.
Good.
Did I tell you guys about this Patrick Byrne clip that I found the other day? That he was talking about that what he was told was that Hillary Clinton was going to get in, and that they were going to use the FBI dropping the case and the whole Comey thing with that was going to be the FBI leveraging her for her entire presidency. Like that's how they were leveraging people. So they had and so look at the Joe Biden thing now. They had all these 40 different informants or different points of contact that they weren't allowed to do. There were proper investigations in using that potentially to control him as well. Patrick Byrne had said that he was told he was trying to be used to be framed, to frame some people or do something or whatever. Take it with a grain of salt. But the story he mentioned kind of rang true, which is they wanted Hillary for 8 years, and then you're going to step aside, and we're going to put in Michelle Obama. And that was from him about what they were trying to say was this whole like 16-year plan, so to speak, from back in 2016.
Interesting.
So that was the first time I've heard someone mention, or at least, again, take it with a grain of salt, but someone with obviously was at the whole December 18th, 2020 stuff, and with Sidney Powell and Flynn and others is mingling around these people said such. And so I don't know. Anyway, so whenever this Michelle Obama thing came up, I was kind of very skeptical, but I've seen a lot of stuff from Patrick Byrne as far as his interviews, what he's done in the Epoch Times and other places, where I've been able to study his mannerisms. And I can't verify what he says, but I think that he believes it. You know what I mean? Like
Okay.
as far as, but anyway, sorry.
No, you're good. I never know what to make of Patrick Byrne. He always has such fantastical like takes and little inside bits of information. I never know whether or not to take him seriously or what. But
I feel like he's like a very candid person, because he doesn't really leave anything off the table, but it's not like a situation where I feel like he's just making stuff up. I mean, the thing with Maria Butina, am I getting that name correct? The whole, he got catfish with a Russian spy. He's been very outcoming about that.
Right.
So
well, not catfish, but baited.
I use a line that Glenn Beck did about Trump. It says, my mistake was I took him literally and not seriously, when I should have been taking him seriously and not literally. That was Beck's epiphany on Trump post 2016 election, and his recognition that he had made a mistake, and not necessarily in supporting Cruz, but in poo-pooing Trump.
Mm-hmm.
And that was his line.
That's a good one.
My point of bringing that,
his way of articulating his recognition.
And you're right, Ian. That was my point of bringing this up, was that it was the first time I had thought, hey, that's actually I hadn't thought of that the FBI would say no reasonable prosecutor would bring such a case. Well, because they're going to hold it over her, because they thought it was in the bag for Hillary, right? And so that was the first time I'd really kind of considered that, like, seriously, like, so.
Yeah, and more of the, let's say, individuals like you just saw Ramaswamy here. And by the way, we're not supporting Ramaswamy, but what he's saying, it's, kind of, there's a lot of ringing true to what he's saying. That doesn't mean you have to go run out and support him. But the aspects of him bringing it up in that, whether it's Newsom or like who's talking about Michelle Obama or Michael Obama. They're all everybody, that's anybody saying, oh, it's saying Newsom, 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 and he says Newsom or Obama all of a sudden, and he's not the only one that's brought it up.
Right.
But you heard it here first.
So
I was ridiculed first for it.
It looks like
I still think it's crazy, but we'll see what happens. I mean, we've seen crazier things. Go ahead, Adam.
Very good. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's more likely to be Newsom than Michelle, but nothing would surprise me at all at this point. For all I know, it might be Hillary. I don't know. Fuck.
I wouldn't be surprised. You know what? I don't think any of us would be surprised, and it all makes sense, even if just because of the craziness that we're in. Nothing is rational at this point. It's all reactionary. So it will all depend on who that they think is going to be the person at the moment to do it.
Yeah, it might even be Biden. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Biden sticks around too, because to me, as when you talk about the plan, to me, like a brilliant plan would be to be figuring out a way to keep Biden right where he is and make him the opponent. So
well, that's the strategy as far as I see it, is that you introduce all these people into the public awareness, and that you pick the person based upon the set of circumstances that's in front of you. That's the way these kind of people operate. They're not necessarily, I mean, they're kind of telegraphing it only in the sense that they want to gauge or put it in the public perception. But we know that the public perception part is just for the narrative's sake. So they need to have it there, and that they can use it whenever it's useful.
Yep. No, I mean, that makes sense.
I don't know. I still argue, and you can see it right here. Democrats call for Biden to drop out. Nobody would buy Biden getting the votes. Nobody would. And at this point, it's not necessarily about winning. It's about being able to sell that person won.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I agree with that, Tien. Again, though, that would make if from the Patriot white hat Q Trump side.
No, it's not that at all.
No, I'm saying if you could strategically find a way to force them into the corner where they have to stick with Biden, that's that to me, I'm not saying that they necessarily would want to.
Oh no, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
I'm saying
from
that
a positive play perspective,
from manipulating your enemy into an unfavorable situation. Like, you don't want to throw the ball in the triple coverage, but it's 4th and 25 with 2 minutes left and you have no timeouts. Like, you have to throw the ball into coverage, so it's just one of those things, like, who's dictating the down and distance in the game situation here? Is it, what stage are we in? Can to keep the football analogy, they talk about, when you're in certain situations, for example, 2nd and short, you can open up the entire playbook. You can go short yardage play. You could try to go deep because you have 3rd down to work with and it's a short distance. So there's a lot of plays in the playbook that you could use. When it's 3rd and 25, all your running plays, quick passes, screen passes, if you really need to get that 1st down, you can't call any of those plays anymore. There's you have to call something that forces the ball downfield, which is usually a much smaller section of your playbook. So that's kind of where I'm coming from, is if the Democrats and the establishment have the full use of their entire playbook, then yes, Joe Biden probably isn't their guy. But if the Patriots are in control of this situation and kind of dictating the game situation, then they might not be able to use any of those other plays for one reason or another and have to run the Joe Biden play in 2024. So
I know we've seen a lot of teams do the Hail Marys in those cases too,
Yeah, well, and again, I'm drawing a very loose analogy here, but I don't know who's kind of in control of the flow of things right now, or
Kind
if
of.
yeah, that's let me.
I'm sorry, Chairman, a parliamentary inquiry, please. Parliamentary inquiry.
Go ahead.
Chairman, just for the sake of this inquiry, I would like to know or like to note that's is the chairman aware that there is this election influence with this illicit substances that they're trying to blame on Trump supporters that does clearly have Antifa logos on it? Is that going to be part of the agenda within the show prep?
Without
just to inform my objections, I just want to make sure that's on the agenda. So therefore, I will reserve my comments and reserve my time until that topic is before us.
Without objection, we'll add it.
Let's reclaim my time. Right, let's reclaim my time.
Sorry, sorry, Adel. I know you've been wanting to read the article. I'm sorry, I couldn't help myself.
It's all good. We're not going to spend a lot of time on this. It's more just to kind of add on to what Vivek said. Drop the charade if there is one. Several senior Democrats call for Biden to drop out. So a growing number of prominent Democrats are calling on President Joe Biden to drop out of 2024 race amid ongoing slump in the polls and crises at home and abroad. David Axelrod, the political consultant and strategist who helped launch President Biden onto the national stage in 2008, has called for him to step aside following the release of devastating polls over the weekend by the New York Times and Siena College. The polls showed President Biden down in several swing states and only leading in Wisconsin by a slim 2 percentage point lead over 2020 rival and potential 2024 challenger, former President Donald Trump. What he needs to decide is that is wise, whether it's in his best interest or the country's, Axelrod wrote on X, formerly known as Twitter, in early November. The call for President Biden to step down came as the New York Times showed devastating news for the political future, and that he will most likely lose to Donald Trump or several of the leading challengers for him next year if he decides to run. The polling data released showed that President Biden was trailing President Trump in Georgia by 6 percentage points, in Pennsylvania by 4, Michigan by 5, Nevada by 11, and Arizona by 6. The combined with the bad battleground polls, President Biden currently sits at 37% approval rating in the polls, worse than President Trump had in his bid for re-election, and many compare his situation to President Jimmy Carter in 1970. So they say another one, I guess, is Andrew Yang that said he needs to step down. Just kind of scrolling through here. I don't know. Doesn't matter. Point is that the party, I think, is starting to realize that he's a losing ticket. Whether or not they have the agility to move past him is another question. So there you go. Getting back now to the rhinos again. Kevin McCarthy went running to CNN to do an interview, as Kevin McCarthy will always do, and he's still very upset at Matt Gaetz. Take a listen to this exchange here.
Matt Gaetz, you've been mentioning a lot. How much would the Republican Party benefit if he were no longer a member of the House, in your opinion?
Oh, tremendously. I mean, people have to earn the right to be here. And I just think he'll admit to you personally, he doesn't have a conservative bent in his philosophy and just the nature of what he focuses on.
Do you think the House GOP should consider expelling him?
Look, that's up to the conference, but I don't believe the conference will ever heal if there's no consequences for the action.
What about them surprised you, Burchett and Mace?
It just didn't, it seemed out of nature, but they seem to have changed during the time. They care a lot about press, not about policy, and so they seem to just want the press and the personality.
Do you think Mace will have a difficult time winning re-election now?
Yeah, I don't. Well, not because of this. I mean, if you've watched her, just her philosophy and the flip-flopping, I don't believe she wins re-election. I don't think she'll probably have earned the right to get reelected. I think that you look at the district herself, yeah.
So in response,
the one thing that you said
when you're just reading between the lines and all that stuff, there's so much there. Go, Tim.
The one thing he said that was accurate, it was right in the beginning. It says you have to earn the right
Yep,
to be.
yep, exactly. And you have to earn, meaning you have to get your backing, your support of
Exactly.
your lobbyists and
Have
all
the
that kind of
money coming
stuff.
into your pocket.
Yeah, and then he cared more about the press, about being the
Right.
celebrity, as opposed to getting the policy, which is what they're paid to do by those same lobbyist people, and then getting that money. It's I think that's the big thing. I don't think they understand that we're all able to understand their lawyers speak now. The whole they don't get it, and that the average person is able to understand, because once he did the whole fake news thing, when people started to listen to it and you really look at it, as I do that. That's the purpose of the show, is to educate people on how, on my show in particular. What I mean is educate people how they talk and how they phrase things and frame it. And it is just, it's, once you understand that you're being deceived, you listen to it differently. And that's all it takes. Understand you're being lied to. Okay, I'm going to listen to this. You're going to listen to it a little differently.
That is exactly the message of Mike Smith's latest output of Into the Light. Remember the Out of Darkness video? Well, he put out another one that's Into the Light, and that is exactly the message. You do not know that you are being deceived unless you understand how they're deceiving you.
Yep.
And that is, to me, it's also an interesting juxtaposition to the line, learn our comms.
Yep.
Because it's
Absolutely.
not just our comms, it's their comms we have to learn.
Yep.
And not necessarily covert comms, how they double speak comms.
Yeah. Yeah, the news speak and how, the word magic that they use.
Exactly.
For sure. All right, guys, we've got a ton of stuff here for the back half. We have not covered yet this prostitution ring that was discovered. Crazy story.
You mean the Holy Moly team? Yeah. That's what I call them, the Holy Moly, because of the Lee brothers.
Yeah, so we gotta get into that. We're definitely gonna get into that here in the other side of the break here. We've got that. I got a ton of updates also on both Donald Trump and the Biden crime family, as far as where things are going with both of their legal issues and whatnot. Big news also in the House when it comes to DHS head Mayorkas. So that's very, very interesting as well. Some interesting stuff happening in Michigan too with their local and state governments. I want to get into that. And if we have some time, we've got a few other things too around election integrity, some creepy stuff happening in New Jersey. Senator Manchin made a big announcement the other day, also worth noting. So there's just a jam-packed second half of the show today, and that's going to be available exclusively on the Home for Free Speech, pilled.net. Those of you guys that are tuning in on Rumble, those of you guys that are tuning in on YouTube, please find the link to pilled.net in the description down below. Those links will bring you right on into the stream, and you'll be able to continue watching over there, because we will be shutting down Rumble and YouTube, DLive, Twitter, Cloud Hub. All of those platforms are going to be turned off, but we will keep going until 6 p.m. Eastern time over on pilled.net, the home of free speech. So get on over there, come hang out with us, and be a part of the second half of the show. I'm going to play a little video that'll help you guys find your way on over, and then we'll come back on the other side and keep this party going. See you guys soon.
Pilled.net is proud to host 412 Productions, exclusively on the true home of free speech. To continue watching the show, we are here to help you over to Pilled.
So yesterday, this whole
if you're new
fentanyl
to the
thing
platform,
with the,
just click on the welcome link provided. It will then automatically walk you through signing up for your free account. If you already have a Pilled.net account, follow the link provided directing you straight to 412 Productions channel. We are excited to have you join the Pilled family, and if you have any questions at all, please email support@pilled.net. Enjoy the rest of 412 Productions on Pill.net. Free speech lives here.
Yo, we are back. Last chance, you guys, on all of the other platforms to find your way over to Pill.net. I am shutting down all of these other streams. So Rumble, YouTube, Twitter, DLive, Cloud Hub, Odyssey. Please get over to Pill.net and join us over there. Otherwise, have a great weekend. We'll catch you all on Monday at 4 p.m. Eastern Time.